Alright y'all, let's talk about buttons. What's in front of me are auto buttons. This is the P3 line. These are 4-pound momentaries on the left. So the red, green, black, and blue one that's in front of me, those are all 4-pound momentary. The red on the right is a latching. Now one of the things that I'll tell everybody about these buttons here is that, again, like I was talking about serviceability in the previous video about the ECU connectors, the serviceability of these is also important. And although there are other buttons available, and I would argue that even though the Auto P3 is a great button, you know, the other Auto, the P5, which is what this one is, the P7, the P9 lines, they're a little bit prettier, especially when you get with the boot adapter, and they do look nice. But the problem is you cannot get the button out of whatever it's in without taking off the backside termination on the boot. So what I'm saying is that when this button in these are all Auto P3s, okay? So these first 4 are the same. If you're going to terminate this button, right? So you terminate it at a boot on the back, you know, something like this, we would use a 222 D921, I want to say. Once it's terminated, you can take this button, terminated, put it into, let's say, the steering wheel, for example, and then tighten it, because the front of this is threaded, all right? Now, the big difference, aside from aesthetics, between these and, you know, the P5s and the P9s, is that the P5s and the P9s and the P7s are threaded on the back. So once you terminate it, you're not getting the button out of whatever panel it's in or steering wheel unless you determinate it, for example. And if you can, it's much more difficult than to just unthread on the front face and pull it out the back without even having to worry about anything on the terminated side. Now this red, okay, these first 4 here are 4-pound momentary. This red one is a latching. So this is the P5. And you'll see how the P5 here, the front is like the P7s and the P9s, where if you're going to thread this here, these are on the thread for the lock is on the back. So with the P5s on the latching, this is a latching, and these are momentary. So if you do have to run a latching, you know, you're sort of stuck with the situation I described as far as having a bit more cumbersome activity trying to get this, the button out of the panel, but at the end of the day, you do the best you can. And sometimes things are just difficult due to what products available or it can get, for example. So now the 4-pound momentary, what the 4-pound means is if I take this button, and I'm gonna take the red one, if I take this button, it should take 4 pounds of pressure here for that switch for the button to depress. So as you can see here, we're at 0, 0. And if we take this button and push it down, I'm gonna go up to 4 pounds. This is in pounds right now, so 1 pound. Now we're at 2 pounds. You'll hear it switch at 4. Should at least. That's my scales off. So right at around 4. And again, this is not a super expensive scale, so I'm fine with it being a couple ounces shy. I trust the auto button more than I trust the Accutex scale. So anyways, remember, if you want to be able to remove your buttons, get the P3s for the momentaries and save yourself some headache again for serviceability. Serviceability doesn't matter until you need it, and then when you need it, you need it. So plan for it if you can.